What's up, guys? Welcome back to Midwest Waterman. Today's the day, getting the truck and the boat loaded up. I headed up the new storage unit in Sturgeon Bay. Really soggy day here in Mequon. Had a lot of rain come through this week. Everything's covered in mud, but super stoked. Sun's shining, starting to warm up here in Wisconsin. I know the water up north is still pretty chilly, so expectations for catching fish are pretty low this weekend, but hopes are still high. So we'll see how it goes. At least when I get moved in today, get the boat settled in, get everything prepped and ready, and maybe get on the water at the end of the day today. At least be on the water all day tomorrow. I was hoping to get up yesterday. Today's Saturday, so we had a really busy week at work this week. We were on the water pretty much every day, all day, testing our boat, getting it ready and prepped and wrapped for shipping. Got a pretty big demo meeting for that boat coming up soon, so super stoked for that. But at least salvaged the weekend, finally getting on the water up north, and super excited to kickstart knocking down the door and take you guys along with me. So far so good on the drive. Got about 20 minutes till we're there. Got to swing by Walmart, get some odds and ends, like some new locks for the storage unit and whatnot. And just saw the lake from the big road. Looked pretty calm out there. It's looking like a 12-mile-an-hour northwest wind, so hopefully it's not too bad. And got off the phone with one of my buddies, fishes up here quite a bit, and gave me a couple tips. Said there might be some grass poking through depending on the water temp, so I'll probably check that out first thing once we make it to the water, and go from there. We are on the water. Gorgeous day here. Still clouds parted out, sun shining. Water temp's 42 degrees. And we're currently in Little Sturgeon. A couple boats out, a couple trailers in the parking lot. Run the boat around, make sure everything's working good. Started scoping out some spots and see what we can get after. I haven't fished here in 2 or 3 years now. So I'm thinking it's going to take me a while to get my bearings back, but we made it. Let's break down the door. Well, it was a super slow day of fishing today. Water temp was about 41 in the back of the pocket and about 39 out towards the main lake. Did see some grass that my buddy was talking about, but didn't see much fish today. I was fishing. I started out in the back and kind of worked my way out towards the main lake, kind of fishing the channel where it bumped up to ledges, throwing a drop shot, and started cranking for a little bit, and just wasn't really seeing much life on the live scope. But when I moved out to the mouth of the bay, saw some fish in like 12-ish feet of water. Chased them around with a drop shot for a little bit, but couldn't really find anything active. I think I'm gonna call it for today. Head to Walmart, get some stuff I needed, and go to the campground and figure out some dinner plans and drink a couple beers by the bonfire. Absolutely gorgeous day out today. Wind was pretty calm, and feels good to be back out on Lake Michigan. I absolutely love the Great Lakes, and Door County is one of my favorite places in the world. It's absolutely gorgeous, and even on a day like today where the fishing was kind of slow, just feel lucky to be out here. And ran the boat around a little bit. Everything's working good so far, so that's always exciting. This boat's a 2005 Bass Cat Puma with a 2005 Evinrude E-Tech on it, so I've endured plenty of struggles of running an old boat, but did a lot of work on the engine last year, and a lot of work throughout the boat over the winter time, and everything seems to hold up pretty good. So I have campsite at Peninsula State Park tonight, so I think I might just launch out of there tomorrow morning and go head kind of Strawberry Islands area some and see what I can get into. I didn't really want to go out on the main lake today, just wanted to make sure the boat was running good first, so kind of just hopped around Little Sturgeon with no luck. But really happy to be up here, and hopefully we can find some fish tomorrow. At least we'll have a full day of fishing, and I won't be pressed for time with traveling and getting set up and yada yada. All right, guys, went to the local Irish pub in Sturgeon Bay. Got a Guinness and a hot honey chicken sandwich for dinner. Kind of winging it this trip. Just left Walmart. Got some lunch meat, some cheese. That'll be boat snacks for tomorrow. Got some Folgers for the propane coffee maker, some lighter fluid, some muffins for breakfast, some Startron to keep the engine happy, and lock for the storage unit. Bag of ice, keep everything cold. Swung by the gas station and got 2 bundles of firewood and a case of beer for tonight. Plan is to watch some basketball at the campground and hopefully get my tent set up before it's sunset, but it's currently sunset, so we could use a little more planning today, but we're just winging it. Having fun doing it. So we'll check in at the campground. Got the tent set up, got the fire rolling. Got the boat plugged in. No service here at Peninsula State Park, which honestly is one of my favorite parts. Just get to turn everything off and hang out and enjoy the fire, enjoy the nature, enjoy this lack of stimulation and sound, and tenting it for tonight, and talked to a couple guys at the boat ramp today, and because I was kind of bummed a little bit about getting skunked, but nobody I talked to caught a fish today, so I think it's just that time of year when ice just broke a little bit ago, and pretty tough to catch some fish, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. up north here near Peninsula. It's one of my favorite parts of Door County, so I'm gonna go try some water I've caught fishing before, more in the summertime, but at least get some sights and scenery. If the warm trend continues next weekend, maybe the weekend after should be heating up pretty quick. I feel like those fish will start pushing up shallow, and should be a lot of fun. So we'll see. Good excuse to get out and get camping. So good morning. A little bit chillier than expected last night. I think it got down to like 25, so that was fun. Boat's covered in frost. Doesn't look like it's gonna get warm anytime soon. And looks like we had a surprise visit from some raccoons. Made the rookie mistake of leaving my muffins on the boat seat, and the raccoons helped themselves. It's very nice of them to leave me half of a muffin, but looks like we're gonna have to go get some breakfast in town. But oh well, I'll probably head in town, grab some coffee, grab some breakfast, and wait for it to warm up a little bit. Alright guys, we're back on the water today. I think I might have made a little bit of a mistake just launching in Nicollet Bay out of Peninsula State Park. There was ice covering the ramp, so I had to use power poles to break the ice a bit while we were idling out, but nothing too crazy. The water temp is only 35 degrees up here, so hopefully I won't regret just launching from the campground. Sun's out though, gorgeous day. I love this. Is the north side of Door County is just gorgeous. A lot of people just stop at Sturgeon Bay and don't make it all the way up north, but up here it just starts getting beautiful. So we'll see. I might go try to find some shallow flats or something and see if I can find some warmer water, because it's definitely a lot colder up here, and if not, might make the run back down to Little Sturgeon. That's kind of like one of the most southern points to fish up here. Just stay tuned. All right guys, so decided to move more out into the main lake on one of the islands that I've had some good luck on during the spawn, and I'm just scanning around right now. It's got a reef that goes from like 48 feet and jumps pretty quick up to like almost 0 feet. There's a little bit of island exposed. Found a couple boulder piles on the side scan and like 22 feet of water, so probably gonna check that out after I mark a few more. The water out here is 34 degrees, so changing my plans and going out deep to see if I can find some fish that are starting to move up out of the abyss. I feel like I'm usually a little bit better at fishing deep water than I am shallow water, so I'm gonna give that a shot, kind of do something I'm comfortable with. Water's still really cold, so this is all really new to me, trying to find fish in this cold water. I don't even know if it's possible. So gorgeous day out here though. I mean, it's just so beautiful being out here and getting some time on the water. When you get a day like today where it's just flat calm, you got to take advantage of it. Stretch the legs out on the bass cat. I'm curious to see if anything's coming out of the abyss. I'm making a pit stop here. Over that way, you can see the island, and there's one island like right there. You probably can't see it all because it's just a little bit of sand above the water line. Some good spawning grounds, but locating them when they're out in the abyss is not easy. And a lot of guys will get upset on a day like today when it's so slow, but I always try to just keep the mindset of you're always learning, whether it's learning what worked or learning what didn't work. And obviously a lot of the stuff I've been doing has not worked, so seeing some really good isolated rocks, but not seeing anything swimming around them. And who knows, maybe I'm completely taking the wrong approach. I'm still a Door County rookie. If you guys got any tips on, hey, you're an idiot, don't do that, try this right now, drop them in the comments. I know there's a lot of guys out here that are way more talented than I am, but hopefully I can bring you a little entertainment. You guys are probably thinking, wow, this guy's good at setting up a tent, but he sucks at fishing. And you're not wrong. You are not wrong. This also goes to show that all the haters out there about the new technology and stuff, like I know I read about Easton Fothergill getting a ton of hate from winning the Classic because he was using live scope, and it just blows my mind how just unopen to change people are. This screen does not make fish jump in the boat, as you can tell. It is a very useful tool. I've had it for 2 or 3 years now, and I'm still learning how to use it. A lot of people don't understand. You still got to know how to find fish, and you also have to know how to catch fish. I can't tell you how many times I've stared at a fish on this screen and couldn't figure out how to get it to bite. And so to hate on a kid that's 23, 24 for winning the Bassmaster Classic, that's just pure jealousy. That's what, I mean, that's just what dreams are made of. Trying not to get locked into one spot. Gonna try to just bounce from waypoint to waypoint and see what I can stumble into, if anything. The fish are just so unpredictable right now, it's hard to target them. And as you can see, I am the only boat out here, so maybe I should take that as a sign. I don't know if it's just people aren't willing to get out here and freeze their butts off like me and get on the water, or if I am just in a completely terrible area to catch fish in. But we'll find out. I'm thinking we may call her here pretty soon, maybe another hour or so out on the big lake to head back down towards Sturgeon Bay. I'm curious to see if we can find some more warmer water. I know a couple spots in the actual Sturgeon Bay that get pretty shallow and are kind of tucked away, so I'm wondering if it's warmed up there at all. I'll have to make it back to the storage unit at some point, clean the raccoon footprints off from their late night snack. Thankfully, I put my boat snacks in the cooler. Just forgot my breakfast outside. It was funny, I woke up at like 2:30 in the morning to relight the bonfire because it got pretty chilly last night. And I had my phone flashlight on. And I saw the little rascal in the boat. And he just looked at me. I looked at him. He took his chunk of muffin and he slowly just moseyed away. And I thought to myself, "Self, there goes your breakfast. You're an idiot." But Peninsula State Park is truly an awesome spot. Whether you want to fish or not, just camping and hiking. They have great amenities, great hiking trails. There's I think it's called Eagle Tower, giant like lookout tower that looks out over the lake, and it is just beautiful. Even in the wintertime, maybe not so much camping in the wintertime, but hiking in the wintertime when it's kind of empty, there's not a lot of people here. It's a lot of fun. There's that log I was seeing on side scan. And doesn't look like anybody's home. All right, let's make a run. Might go in between two of the islands, and there's a pretty deep channel that kind of weaves in and out with some flats. So, I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know if you guys can see, but we're in 22 feet of water and I can see the bottom. That is awesome. Just absolutely insane how clear the water is. Just gonna fan cast here a little bit, see if we can't come up with anything. Usually when the water is this clear, you can at least see fish cruising, even if you spook them with a boat or something. But I've been trying to kind of zigzag shallow and deep. Water's still 35 degrees here, so it's pretty frigid. And then head down south. Alright guys, back on the water. We're in Sturgeon Bay now. Had a couple turkey and cheese roll-ups and shared some with a local dog that was making friends. Got a couple spots here that go from pretty deep in the main channel and jump up to fairly shallow, kind of near the mouth of the Sturgeon Bay. Gonna check those out, make a couple casts, probably another hour, maybe two on the water today, and then calling her good. Water temp here is 37, so not really much warmer than up north, maybe a smidge, but I think it's really just, water's just too cold still. Not a lot of boats on the water, so I think everybody's discovering that. But we're gonna give it a shot. Getting pushed up here pretty shallow in the wind, but trying to see if we can find some fish hanging out. Well, folks, that's a wrap on this week's video. Overall, pretty bummed about the fishing. It was so slow. Didn't catch a single thing this weekend, but talked to a couple more guys at the boat ramp today, and they didn't catch anything either. So I think it's just that time of year. It's still too cold. Everybody's excited to get out in the water, but fish just aren't quite there yet. So planning on coming back up next weekend. So hopefully, if the weather holds out, the fishing will start turning on here pretty soon. Really excited for that. And boat ran great this weekend, so that's always a win. Had a lot of fun getting out, back out on the lake, and camping, and just enjoying time on the water. Pretty cold weekend, but made the most of it. So hopefully it turns up soon, and I can learn quick enough to start following the fish and go from there the rest of the year. But that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed following along. Time to head back home and start editing this video.